What's up, guys? I'm gonna try to be quiet tonight. Doing a little bit of night fishing for catfish and carp. I can hear the carp feeding right over to my left. The catfish, I think, are gonna be a little further out into the deeper part of the pond. There's a lot of bass and gar hitting the top of the water. Not our goal tonight. I want catfish, I want carp. Let me show you what I'm using. Alright, so our catfish rig is the Penn Spinfisher 30-pound braid, but I've got it on my 3-pound test curve carp rod, bank sticks, and for the terminal tackle, I'm using more of a European catfishing method here. So I've got just a 1-ounce lead, 300-pound braid for my leader, and then a small but very strong, very sharp single hook tied on the end there. And of course, if the catfish gets hung up, or let's say he breaks away from me, instead of carrying this lead around, if this line breaks right here and he's dragging this lead around, watch this, the swivel pops right out and that fish would go free. So it's a safety lead, typically used for carp fishing, but the same rig here can actually be used to great effect for catfish. This type of rig, I wouldn't use it in a bayou or even the rivers down here in South Texas. There's just too many snags, too much junk in the water, and the currents tend to be incredibly strong. I would go with more traditional American style catfish gear, but for a big open pond like we're fishing today, this setup is going to do just great. Look, here's our bait. I've got on a bunch of these. These are really old. So this was a croaker that I had caught some time ago. I've just got fish heads in here. I've got trout, I've got some pinfish, and then some croaker and whiting. And that's what I'm going to throw out there. There we go. I want to leave a lot of that hook exposed. When that catfish takes that bait, I want that hook point exposed. Let's get it out there. Guys, that flies a mile. This braided line on this carp rod is like having a rocket in your hands. It just flies. So what we're gonna do is just, there we go, tighten down to the bait. Make sure we have it on the bank stick there. There we go, make sure we're tight down to that bait. And just make sure our bait runner is on. There we go. For the carp, I'm going to be using this, a method lead. Not something I use a whole lot. Very short leader down to a very, very small hook. And typically you would have some type of ground bait mix for this. I don't have that. So what I'm doing is I've got a bunch of very, very finely chopped, minced up bread, and I watched a tutorial some guy had on his channel on how to do this, because the problem with bread is that you stick it on your method lead with one of these little molds here, it could probably become too compact and basically just turn into a rock when it hits the water. So the key to doing this, according to the video that I watched, is to very, very gently put the bread and the feeder into the mold, and do not overcommit to pressing the mold together. So let me show you how it works, if you're not familiar with one of these already. I'm just going to use a little bit of corn as the hook bait. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's get our method lead here. You put the bait in to the bottom of the mold. Sprinkle your mix over the top of it. Again, I want to do this very lightly. I don't want this bread to become too compact. And then you put your lead over the top, and you just gently, gently squish it down, not too hard. And then, boom, you end up with a nice presentation, just like that. And I'm actually kind of proud of myself for doing that right. And our hook bait, our little bit of corn, is right on the top. And I'm pitching this just right in front of me. You don't want to use bread on a method lead if you're casting too far. It'll just fly right off. So I'm just going to pitch this right in front of me. Let's get this out. Boom. Perfect. I'm going to start with a very light drag. I don't have a bait runner system on this reel. It's actually the cheapest reel I've ever bought. It's a Daiwa Sweepfire. It's like a $20 reel that I just picked up at Walmart one day. And here you go, guys. Check this out. It's our brand new mat and our landing net. So I got some better gear so we can actually take care of our fish a little bit better. We've got 2 rods out. This is our carp rod. This is our catfish rod. Very excited. Had loads of success here before night fishing. Big catfish in here. Big carp in here. Big buffalo too. So fingers crossed. All right, guys, we're going out again. Could be a gar. Okay, we're into that fish. We're into this fish, guys. This one. Ooh. Some angry head shakes going on. Doesn't feel huge, but it is nice to hook into something. He's trying to pull us towards those rocks. I want to pull him away from it. Still haven't seen him yet. Oh no! I think it's a turtle. Yeah, it's a big soft shell. Ah, so frustrating. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys can see that turtle down there. The good news, if you can have good news hooking into a big turtle, is that it's just in his foot, which means he didn't swallow it. He's not in a lot of trouble. I just gotta pull him over here. There we go, just kind of lift him. He's on his back. I just gotta pop that hook out with a pair of pliers. Where did I put those pliers? If you put them on their back, they go into a state of tonic immobility. They just kind of get sluggish and stop moving all of a sudden, for the most part. Yeah, he's just barely nicked across his foot. I just gotta do this in a way where he won't reach around and bite me. Here we go. You guys can see the moment we flip him over, he's gonna run back into the water. He's not gonna waste any time. There he is. Oh, actually he is taking his time. There he goes. All right, let's change spots. Ooh. Finally. Sounds like we got a carp on. Maybe a buffalo. Don't know for sure. Oh, whoa. Good strong fish, guys. Pulling some good drag. Oh man. I'm actually kind of surprised here. Let's get this net ready. Don't want to lose our chance, being that we haven't hooked a fish in hours. Okay, just kind of pull them over. There are good fish in here. I've always known that. Always known there's good fish in here. What do we got? Oh, it's a buffalo. Be very happy to have this, and he's in the net. Nice. Oh, what a good catch. He's actually not that big. I mean, he's decent, but he's not huge. He just had a lot of fight in him. So, let's put him on our nice soft mat. Oh, he's a good fish. We'll get the main camera for you guys to look at him. I mean, he's not huge. I've caught much bigger fish, much bigger buffalo than this. Can you hear him? You can hear these guys feeding all over the pond. Yep, just like that. Crazy. Beautiful animal though. Really quite love these. So weird. It's like a fish and an elephant. It's like the Venn diagram of a fish and an elephant and maybe a little bit of alien. Just great. Oh, let's get him back. Good stuff. Real good stuff. That was a fantastic catch. Very pleased to have that. Finally, we got another fish hooked up. This one almost pulled the rod in the water. He's going side to side. There he is. What are you? Ooh, fast fish. Looks like another buffalo. It's just what's out feeding right now. These things really hurt. Jumped right on my knee, like jumping for the rod, ended up landing right on my knee. But he's ready to net. Get that up there. Don't want to lose that. Come on. Some British guys make this look so easy. There we go. On the mat. There, hooks out. Tiny little hook. Tiny little hook. I don't like using big hooks at all for carp or buffalo. Let me show you this fish. Not quite as big as the last one, but he is quite nice. Good fish. Really like the way these guys look. So pretty. Such a pretty animal. Let's get him back in the water. Here we go. Gorgeous. All right, say goodbye. There he goes. Good deal, good deal. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Finally. Finally we got another fish on. I hope. Actually, it feels like we got nothing. What's going on here? Oh, there he is. He just coasted right in. Yeah, it's another buffalo. I took the catfish bait off of this, rigged it up for buffalo and carp. Figured increase our chances for one more fish, and that paid off. Last fish of the night. Ooh. See, he saved all this fight for the bank. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Stop it. Perfect. There's the hook. My absolute favorite carp hook. Oh, he broke the line. Here we go. What a beautiful looking. Hold still, hold still. See, I've got him on this carp mat here, so even though he's trying to flop around, he's not hurting himself. Proper net, proper mat. Something I've been meaning to do for a while. Hold still, hold still. There we go. Really beautiful. My Elytra torch, this light is dying a little bit, but that's fine because this was the last fish of the day. Let's go ahead and get him back in the water. Okay, that's a gorgeous fish. Beautiful animal. I have no clue why anybody saw this and thought, hey, let's call it buffalo. But really crazy looking fish. Just kind of let him recover. It was a very short fight. He didn't even know he was on. I think he's okay. What are you gonna do, buddy? He's just kind of sitting here. I'm not gonna shove him off until I think he's ready. Okay, here he goes. Move him around a little bit. Again, super short fight. So I know he's not too exhausted. I think he just doesn't know where to go. Oh, there he goes. There's a flex. Oh, there he is. There he is. Boom. Alright, well guys, I reckon that'll just about do it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. When you do, hit that little bell so you get all the notifications. Like the video, share it if you can. Click on the link in the description and go to my Patreon. If you become a Master Angler level patron, you're going to get all kinds of benefits. There's 3 levels. You definitely want to go to that top level, the Master Angler level patron. You just get so much cool stuff. My best fishing spots, and I don't just mean like, hey, go to this spot here. Hand-drawn diagrams, maps, photos, instructions on what I use, where, what species of fish hide in which parts of those fishing spots, everything you could ask for. The chance to fish with me on YouTube, extra videos, behind-the-scenes videos, all kinds of cool stuff. Definitely click that link, become a patron. More is coming, guys. Stay tuned, and until it's here, I will see you guys later.